can make some strides, especially with the role that he may now have to have being behind Graham?
Yeah, I think Deacon's just, I think number one is understanding what to do, progressions, and really turning the intensity up in practice, trying to get better, play with urgency. But I think all the guys are competing hard and improving, and it's a good competitive situation.
Do you have to tell Graham anything differently without Chase behind him? I don't know whether you would think that way to begin with, but he's the only quarterback on the roster now that's healthy, that's played in a game. What sort of conversations, if any, have you had with him about that?
We haven't, other than just, making sure we're supporting Chase and what he's going through, which is not easy for him. It's a tough situation. But I think you have to approach the game the way you always approach it. You play the game a certain way. We'll probably, just be thoughtful of that, obviously, and be mindful of that in many ways as we can. But I don't think that any player can go into the game, playing this game of football with any hesitation.
Talk about competition at the quarterback spot. Do you know who would be your second guy at this point?
No, right now it's a competition. Those guys know it, and they're practicing hard, and it's a great opportunity for everybody to continue to elevate their game. So right now there's undetermined. So we'll just kind of see how the week goes and how it progresses along. But those guys are excited about it and competing hard.
What did Scott and Bell do to lock up that wide receiver 2 spot?
Consistently made plays. When you look at Juice's body of work over the summer and over training camp, you just love his approach. He's a consistent worker. And I think, some of the things that jump out is just his strength of touch. Him making strong plays on the ball. But I think the number one thing that you look for is the consistency in which he was able to just make those plays all the time.
Bobby, is it important to put on film early in the season some differences or some strides in the passing game for these guys to build confidence? Or how do you weigh how much you want to put out there knowing some of the games that may be coming up?
Yeah, I just think we're trying to win the football game. It's week one, and I think as a coach, as our staff, we want to put our guys in position to go out and play well and make plays, and just understanding, what our strengths and weaknesses are. And to me, that's my goal. At the end of the day, we want to put these guys in position to make plays, run game, pass pro, doesn't matter. Just go out and make plays and help us win the football game.
Bobby, is there what are some of the things that you prefer about being in the booth, and why did you choose that for this season?
Yeah, I don't know that yet.
Okay.
I've only done it for one game, so I'll have to get back to you on that one. So it's new territory, but I enjoyed it the couple of times I went up there. It allows you to see things from a different perspective. Obviously, it allows you to communicate differently in between series. So I'm excited about that, and I'll get back to you on that question.
Sure.
Well, yeah, I'm guessing you have a different handle on your personnel and what guys can do and can't do today versus when you first got here.
Right.
What are some of the things you learned just about the personnel in general that you didn't know when you first got here?
I don't want to give up too much information.
Okay.
That's a pretty
Well, I didn't think you
strong
would, but
question.
just in general.
Yeah, you learn what individuals can do in terms of an in-breaker route or an out-breaker route. Who can run the go route? Who's going to go across the middle? And that goes for the pass game, but also running. Who's going to come down and fit safeties? Who can pull? So I just think it's a continual as a coaching staff. Like I mentioned earlier, you want to know what your guys do well, and you want to, as a coach, put them in position to do that so they can go out and compete hard.
What about specifically with Graham? How much improvement and where have you seen him improve since you first got with him and even worked with him in spring ball to try to clean up some things from last season?
Well, number one, I think Graham's a worker. And anytime you're a consistently hard worker, you have a chance to improve. Number two, we've done a lot of stuff under center. That's been a point of emphasis this offseason, so you see improvement there, and I think that helps with your timing. And then just continuing his decision making. All of those things help a quarterback be successful. Always chasing accuracy. So each one of those areas, as a coach, as our staff, we just try and improve and attack each one of those areas.
When you say improvement when he's under center, is one of the things footwork when he's coming back into his drop, which leads to better timing if his footwork is there and his receivers run the route? Is that one of the things you looked at?
That is the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What gives you guys the confidence to have Joe Brunner next up at left guard as a guy that didn't enroll in the spring? So, he's still trying to find his way here as a student, not just a football player as well.
Yeah, I think Joe is a big physical guy. that can move, and that's a great combination to have. Obviously, he's still growing and he's still learning in his role, but you like his approach, you like his toughness.
I mean, like off the field though, in terms of picking up the playbook, doing the responsibilities. I mean, is he different than most true freshmen to be able to, not enroll early and
Yeah.
come in an offensive line that's generally pretty stacked?
Well, I trust his coach.
Bobby, with your resume at tight end, coaching tight ends in the NFL, how are you feeling right now about the group with Clay, Hayden, and others?
Yeah, I like our group at tight end. Clay, Hayden, Esh, even Jalen and our young guy Jack. I think Chris Herring's done a great job in getting those guys to prepare. They're constantly working on the details of their footwork in the run game and their fits, and they really work hard to finish. Each guy has a little bit different skill set, but each guy can help our offense be successful.
What are the skills that stand out about Jack Ekstrom, in your opinion?
I think he can run. He's got speed. Esh is a worker. He's physical. He's not afraid to throw it in there, and he attacks practice every day. With the workman's mentality to get better.
What do you like about Isaac Orendo at the kick returner spot?
I like Isaac period as a player. Speed, power, explosiveness. What's not to like?
Yeah, he's only ever had one career kick return. So, what do you think he brings to that unit?
Speed, power, explosiveness.
All right.
He's a talented guy that we like a lot. So we just try to find ways to get the ball in his hand.
Do you have a feeling that going into the game, like how you want to break down carries between Braylon and Ches and Isaac, or is it kind of feeling it out as you go?
Yeah, no, I have not thought about that. And again, I think Coach Al will be all over that. But generally, my experience is you get guys involved and you kind of see who's hot.